Hey everybody, this is Gary Dean, and this is our technical video report for Tuesday, May 26th, 2026. We saw the Bulls continue the move. I do believe we have a couple more really safe moves up before we have another little pullback. And really, the reason why is going by this thick wave structure. So, this is an hourly chart of the SPY, and you can see this is our wave three. And the reason why we know it's the wave three is if you look at our heavy oscillator, this is where it stayed down the whole time. So this is telling us that this was our wave three. And then from there, we made a wave four. And you could see, so the way that the wave structure would go is that this was some type of wave three, four, five of the three. And then we came down, made a wave four, which typically goes down to the previous wave four, which is exactly where it did. And now we're heading up. And you can see we have some, if we look at just our duration indicator, that we have some bearish divergences here. It's starting to roll over a little bit. So I think that if we start seeing another push higher, it's going to start getting sold. You can see we're starting to see a little bit of selling. We don't have any high volume reversal bars, but it's definitely something that I wouldn't be surprised to see some little pullback in it. Again, it's really going to be a buying opportunity. I don't see any bear market coming anytime soon. We're going to have these corrections. Even the S&P going down 100 points. It feels like it's going down 1,000 because the market just really hasn't gone down. But it's pretty easy right here with the where you could see the wave three, four, and now we're going to make wave five up. And once this starts rolling over, again, I'll probably think that we're going to come anywhere. Well, let's do this. Let's just measure, and we'll try to get an idea from there. It's probably going to be. Let me see if we're going to go from our just where this whole thing started in April. And we go. It is 276 bars. So let's put that into our system here and see where the typical retracement would go to. So 276, and this is going to give us our support. And you can see, so this would be the deep correction where we make that wave, we complete wave one, and then we have a wave two down. I don't know if it's going to go down this far. We kind of have to wait and see on that. But if anything, I think we'll take out these lows, possibly come down to the 716. But as I've been saying, the difference with this is that there's so much money coming in from overseas, and it's really because of the fear of war. And typically, money from overseas goes to the reserve currency, and that's why. We're going to get pullbacks, but they're probably going to be quick. They're going to be bid back up, and we're going to be making new highs. And if we do make this larger move down, this is going to be the wave two, and the next move up is going to be the wave three that will wipe these out. And as I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see the S&P trading somewhere between the 8 and 9,000. I know it's a lot of points higher than where we are, but it's just one of those things that this is really the way this wave structure is, and the way the money is moving into our markets, that it's going to be fairly, it's going to be a bull market, I think, for the next 5, 6 years. And we're going to see the index is a lot higher than they are right now. So let's take a look at the shorter term charts and see what's going on. And again, you can see that we have on the 15-minute chart, if this was our wave four here, you can see you have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this may have been the wave three right here. And you can see we're starting to get some exhaustion bars right there. We got an exhaustion signal right there. So if they move up, I'd probably be looking at the spiders going somewhere up into the 755 level. And if that gets held down, really the important support that the bears would have to get through is the 752 and then down to the 749. If they lose that, that's where we may be having a move down, coming deeper than this. This is lined up from where I showed you before, but this is really what we're looking at. So where we have our three, say, exhaustion dots here, or bubbles, that's what produced this signal right here. We had a perfect buy signal on that, but again, I think that if we have a move up because of the divergences and really just any kind of proper pullback, I do think we're going to have a pullback. And even if it comes down to the 732 again, what I can see happening is This would be your left shoulder. This would be your head up here, and we come down and then find support at the previous lows here, and then they rally back up. And this would be where the trap would be for the bulls, because that would be your right shoulder, and from there we'd be looking at a move that again would take us a lot lower than there. But again, it's going to be a buying opportunity. So I wouldn't really be panicking. I think trying to guess where where the top is and getting out. It's one of the things maybe you can lighten up a little bit, but I'm really on the side that we're going to be in a bull market for quite some time. So if we do head higher, we're looking at the 755 for the spiders and then up at the 759. So these would be our upside targets. I would anticipate seeing some more sell signals. And again, it looks like consolidation. We may have an ABC and come down to the somewhere at the 746 and then have another move up. We'll wait and see. But really, the thing that caught it was actually a perfect trade today. We traded both the spiders and IWM pretty well, because when we were up here, we took the 251 calls and puts. We could have made some money on the calls on this, but I wasn't sure if it was going to keep running. But we ended up making money on the put side of it. And once we got this buy signal, we covered our shorts and ended up getting it out of our longs. And the total for that particular trade was like $450, and we did the same thing with IWM. So it was a decent day overall for the portfolio. We finished 1,200, 1,300, and right now I'm really, things have been going really, really well. So I'm kind of happy with where we are. The exhaustion buy signal right here, what was a great clue. You can see from this level here, we the spiders ran up to the right up to these previous highs. We got a sell signal, pulled back, and you can see institutions were buying here, and from there we had a massive move up from here. And if you took this trade right here, you're at 748, say 749. Could have closed these all the way up at 750, 40, 84. So another great trade on it. The signals were perfect today, and we were able to trade it really well. So if we pull back, first support, really what we have to keep an eye on. You can see we have a little bit of a wick right there, right at that say 750. If they lose that, then we're probably coming back down into these areas there. So I think a lot of it's going to have to do with how the market opens tomorrow. So let's take a look at IWM now. And again, on the 5-minute chart, we saw when we had this drop right here, we covered our shorts or our put positions because we saw some buy signals. From there, we rallied back up, able to get out of our calls with a nice trade on that. And we ended up, making good money on that. But here you can see we're starting to see some sell signals. So if we get a pullback, I think we could see it coming somewhere down into the 280. I'm trying to see what that is there. 280, say 290, down to the two. I have to make these fonts bigger. 289.50. If they lose that, then we're probably just going to do a full retracement down to the 288.36. And if they lose that, that's where we'll start looking at the gap to get closed. Taking a look at a 15-minute chart. And you can see we had an exhaustion bar, which high volume reversal bar, and this was right at this candle right here. It popped up before it closed. The candle closed at the 290. What was it? 290.12, and you saw IWM go down all the way to the 288.27. So again, great trade just following the high volume reversal bar. And then, as I showed you on the 5 minutes, we started getting buy signals and we covered them. So simply just following these signals, it makes trading a lot easier than I used to do in the past, because I really didn't know what the institutions are doing until after I started creating this software. And as you see, it's been coming out really, really fantastic and keeping us on the right side of the trade. So for tomorrow, I'm open-minded. I'm kind of waiting for some type of pullback. I think if we get a big gap up tomorrow, it's probably something that you might be able to sell, or at least take a straddle trade and expect the short side to make money. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.